Hey Padres superfans, it's time for a brand new episode of Padres POV, the Comic-Con edition. During the All-Star break, I caught up with my friend and colleague, Padres sideline reporter Annie Halbrin, and we hung out with Ninja Turtles creator Kevin Eastman. Plus, we find out what superpower your super friars would love to have. And I take on Comic-Con to ask these comic enthusiasts how they compare your Padres to superheroes. We have all that and more on this Comic-Con edition of Padres POV. And it all starts right now. Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to Padres POV. I'm Deadpool. Well, Lady Deadpool. Okay, maybe not. I'm just Lisa Lane, but I'm having a blast getting into the excitement surrounding the famous San Diego Comic-Con. If you lived through the 90s, then you of course watched the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm a huge fan, and I found out my friend and Padres sideline reporter, Annie Halbrin, is as well. So we decided to spend the day together with none other than the creator himself, Kevin Eastman. Take a look. All right, Annie, it's finally the All-Star break, and it happens to be Comic-Con week in San Diego, and we get to hang out.
I love it. We never get this, Lisa, so it's so fun.
I know, this is gonna be a blast. I think we get to meet the creator of the Ninja Turtles. Are you a Ninja Turtles fan?
I am a diehard Ninja Turtles fan. I grew up watching the show. I still, if I'm flipping channels and I see it, will watch the show. You too?
Yeah, so let's go check it out.
Let's check it out. I'm excited.
Kevin.
Hi,
Lisa.
nice to see you. Nice to meet you.
I'm Annie. Nice to meet you.
Absolute pleasure. Thanks for coming down and hanging out today. Welcome to the San Diego Comic Art Gallery. One of my favorite parts, I'm going to walk over and show you here, is I felt it was important that if you're going to see a space like this that's filled with comic book art, comic book covers, scripts, things like that, that I wanted to show the fans that may be hardcore fans, where my space is, where I work, but people that have never been in a gallery don't know that much about comic books. This kind of sets up the whole opportunity to say, here's a space where some lunatic sits day in and day out, all of his inspirational things around him, and writes and draws these stories and creates the artwork that you see on the walls here.
Do you really work in here?
Yes, I do.
That's
Yes,
amazing.
I do. Yes, come on in.
There's so many cool things in here. Is there one or two that just have special meaning to you in some way?
When I was growing up, I was a huge fan of Bruce Lee, and as a joke, I thought to myself, and shared with Pete, I said, if Bruce Lee was an animal, what would be the silliest animal he would be? And so I did this sketch of a turtle standing upright, a la Bruce Lee and the nunchucks, had a mask on, and I joked, it's a Ninja Turtle, it's going to be the next big thing, ha ha ha. He did a sketch, changed some things, tweaked some things, and of course I had to one-up him, you know, studio one-upmanship. So I did a pencil sketch with 4 turtles, each with different weapons. And this is a drawing that was done in 1983. That's the first official drawing of the turtles, and we looked at this thing and we said, this is the dumbest thing we've ever seen. So naturally we have to come up with a story that tells how these characters became the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So it all started as a joke.
But I have to ask about April, because being journalists ourselves, why did you decide to have April?
April O'Neil as a character was added to the very second issue of the Turtles in 1985. We felt that, you know, we had our father figure with Splinter, the 4 brothers, and I felt like, you know, I grew up with sisters, so I always loved strong female characters. And so we brought her in as a character, and not only to be this sisterly character for the Turtles, but was also a great storytelling mechanism because she had direct access to the outside world and could help them in ways that they just couldn't get around themselves. So she's been there since the beginning, and I love that every single version of the Turtle, she's as important now as she was then.
People are always talking about which turtle they identify with most. Do you have one that you identify with most?
You know, I feel like it's hard because I always ask fans, who's your favorite turtle and why? And you can almost tell a little bit about their personality because of that. But to me, they're kind of all my children, so it's hard to pick the favorite one, but at the same time, Michelangelo being the first one drawn, and I can be kind of goofy, ask my son. And so I kind of lean towards Michelangelo.
We catch back up with Kevin Eastman in a little bit. But first, I get to join the chaos here at San Diego Comic-Con and find out how ball players are also superheroes in their own way.
Was he best at baseball? Obviously Spider-Man. He's got speed, he's got strength, nobody can catch him.
I'd have to say Steve Rogers, Captain America, he could do it all.
Jean Grey, because she can just control the ball and do whatever she wants with it, you know? So probably her.
I would say the Hulk. I mean,
Hulk?
he has no limits when it comes to his strength, his rage. I mean, he'd hit him out of the park every time.
I have to go way back in the day and say Tony Gwynn, just because mentally that guy was on another level. So if I think someone could figure out how to fly, it would be him.
Be Travis Jankowski, and because he does all those amazing catches, and I bet he could even outfly Superman.
Definitely Carlos Asuaje. He could basically jump as high as anyone else can and get all those balls that are super high up there.
The Padre with the power of super strength is Hunter Renfroe. He's so big, he catches everything in the outfield. I wish he could catch me.
Will Myers.
He's like the Hulk, or
He's
stronger than the Hulk.
Exactly. Maybe
He's
even
a
stronger
stud.
than you, Captain Marvel.
I don't know about that.
Renfroe. The guy's so big that he's always in home runs, so definitely Renfroe.
Which Padre has the power of super speed? I'd have to say Margot. But the Flash would still probably kick his butt.
Asuaje, because he's super fast, he's always stealing bases.
Probably Travis Jankowski. The guy's amazing. He's got more speed than the Flash. He's making acrobatic catches. He's like a real-life superhero out there in the outfield.
It seems like baseball fans and comic fans are one and the same. Well, just ahead, Kevin Eastman shares with us how he connects Turtle power and Padre power.
I guess if I was to compare Turtles characters to Padres players, I would look at number one being Splinter, kind of like Tony Gwynn, in that he's kind of fatherly, he's experienced, he knows all, and he loves his sons and he wants his sons to succeed.
Plus, we find out which Padre wants what superpower.
Flying, I think that'd be awesome.
But first, it's time for your Friar Fun Fact. September 4th, 2017 was the first year the Super Friar took over Petco Park for Comic-Con Day. The theme game brought out a crowd of superheroes, and fans even had a chance to enter a costume contest. The 2018 Comic-Con Day was an equal success.
I guess with the hair, I'd have to go with Thor. Carry around a little hammer, go and play Thor.
Probably not going to dress up.
I don't know. I guess a Batman outfit.
Hey everyone, welcome back to this super edition of Padres POV. I'm Lisa Lane, showing my love for the Marvel series as Deadpool. If there was a Lady Deadpool, of course. Now, one person people are lining up to see at Comic-Con this year is Ninja Turtles creator Kevin Eastman. I had a blast snagging some one-on-one time with him and had to get the scoop on how our Padres squad is much like his Turtle squad. Check it out.
My favorite part about Comic-Con is pretty much everything. Specifically, I love the comics. I love meeting my heroes, comic creators, writers, artists, people that I've known for years, people I've never met that are drawing things, because for me it's all about comics. But the pop culture aspect is so wonderful because you get to see these days everything from your favorite TV shows, your favorite movie actors, bringing superhero comics and other things to life. So it's just really a mishmash of all things pop culture that I love, the whole experience. The team I work with creating a comic book, just to create one single issue, is very much like the Padres in so many ways, which I love, because it is a writer, it's a penciler, it's an inker, it's a colorist. All of these components have to come together perfectly as a team to pull off one single comic book, and we do that monthly, and it's a tremendous amount of work. So it's a full team effort, much like a sports team, that everybody has to work together to make the team a success. You know what I tell fans about the Turtles as a group, as a family, they're much like a sports team as well, as that sometimes they might have differences of opinion, they might bicker a little bit, but to overcome any obstacle, to win any game, to overcome any Herculean triumph, this event, they have to work together as a team, they have to work together as a family, much like a sports team. If they don't work together, it's not going to work at all, so it's important. I guess if I was to compare Turtles characters to Padres players, I would look at number one being Splinter, kind of like Tony Gwynn, in that he's kind of fatherly, he's experienced, he knows all, and he loves his sons, and he wants his sons to succeed. So he can be stern, but he makes them earn their way. I guess for a character like Leonardo, I'd look at somebody like Clayton Richard. He's kind of the leader of the clubhouse, leader of the dugout, leader of the team, sort of points them in the right direction, and gets them in line a little bit when they need to be put in line. Let me see, and if I think Donatello, I'd probably go with Austin Hedges. Not only, I mean, a catcher is so important, and you think like when the Turtles get into a predicament, they look to Donatello to come up with some gadget to get him out of there. He sort of helps the whole team from one central location, so I guess I'd say Austin would be my pick for Donatello. So for Raphael, I would go Manuel Margot. Raphael's kind of like the big brother that is always going to back you up and steal that base when you need it. So I think that he's the perfect for Raphael. The first Turtle, Michelangelo, I would go with Will Myers. Michelangelo's the guy that's going to make the right play, but also crack the right joke at the wrong time and the right joke at the right time. But he's the jokester. He's sort of like he's the funny guy of the group, but he's still a great player, and they need him as part of the team. One of my favorite things to do with our son, as a family, we love to go to the Padres games. It's a great event. It's great to celebrate, all things San Diego in this great stadium. So if you fans see me out there, make sure you point and go, "Cowabunga!"
I couldn't agree more about baseball and Ninja Turtles. Well, coming up, we have a very special Plays of the Week, checking out the last time we see Brad Hand representing the Padres at the All-Star Game.
Hey, that's quite an honor. 2 years in a row.
Plus, Annie Halbrin and I take a break from Ninja Turtles and discuss her journey to our Fox Sports sidelines.
It is a lot of fun. It's been a definite challenge, but it's been a great challenge. I've enjoyed it a lot.
But first, let's test your knowledge with some Padres POV trivia. Earlier this season, the Padres gave away a Star Wars theme Will Myers bobblehead. Which Star Wars character name was given to the Myers bobblehead? Is it A, Will Solo, B, Han Myers, or is it C, Sky Myers? We'll have the answer right after the break.
Favorite superhero growing up, kind of got away from it, but I liked watching like Superman and Batman.
I have to say Iron Man. I just really enjoyed all the movies he's in. It's always a pretty good time, pretty funny.
Welcome back to Padres POV. Before the break, we asked you, which Star Wars character name was given to the Myers bobblehead handed out earlier this season? If you answered B, Han Myers, you are correct. The Padres love their sci-fi and comics just as much as the next person. So this year, they handed out an awesome Star Wars-themed bobblehead of Will Myers, dubbing it Han Myers. San Diego sports fans, if you haven't already, be sure to check out Fox Sports San Diego's original show, Inside San Diego Sports. It airs every Tuesday, and this week, the Padres discuss the foundation of your future Friars.
We have so much talent here in this organization. You're trying to mold guys into winning players, and you're trying to, turn an organization around and get them to a place where they haven't been in a long time.
Of course, if you want to keep up with all of the latest videos, shows, and articles, make sure to check out foxsportssandiego.com. Hey Padre fans, I'm still hanging out here at the 2018 Comic-Con, joined by another amazing Padres giveaway. It's the Wasp and Ant-Man bobblehead. I just wanted to make sure you get out to the ball game on July 27th to get this awesome Marvel superhero giveaway. Speaking of superheroes, here's a little compilation of Padres All-Star Brad Hand representing San Diego one more time before he soon dons a Cleveland Indians jersey. This is your All-Star Plays of the Week.
Padres All-Star Brad Hand. Hey, that's quite an honor. 2 years in a row.
Congratulations to Brad Hand, second All-Star game.
Just saw an All-Star breaking ball right there out of the hand of Brad Hand. So give him a hand.
The last 3 years, Brad been as dominant as anybody in the game.
He is a Swiss Army knife out of that bullpen.
It's never something you expect, so you just try to go out there and have a good half of the first half of the year. Excited to represent the Padres.
Brad Hand for sure has some superhero-like talents. Well, there's still lots more to come on Padres POV. I catch back up with Padres sideline reporter and friend Annie Halbrin as we reminisce about our passion for Ninja Turtles and baseball.
I always say for anyone coming up in this industry, you want to have these professional relationships. That's what it's all about.
Plus, your Super Padres talk superpowers.
Hulk, that will be Richard. Thor will be Husband. And Myers will be Captain America.
Don't go anywhere. You're watching this spectacular edition of Padres POV.
Teleportation, I think, would be cool to be one place at 1 minute and then a different place the next.
I think exact change. So like you always have exact change, so your breakfast is $9.28. Bam, out of the pocket, here it comes.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Padres POV. I'm Lisa Lane, having a great time here at Comic-Con 2018, rocking my Deadpool attire. Recently, we caught up with our Padres who filled us in on who they would want on their super team. Take a look.
Superhero team? I mean, we got a great team, a lot of superheroes on this team, so I'd pick any three you can think of. I'll probably pick my bullpen mates. We'd be like a 7-8 man superhero team.
Tyson, Clayton, and probably Renfro, just three of the stronger dudes.
I would like Hosmer, Will Myers, and Richard. They're strong. Hulk, that will be Richard. Thor will be Hosmer, and Myers will be Captain America.
I would pick Hunter. Strength and knowledge about survival that most people don't have. That guy can probably start a fire in the dugout at some point, so I will pick Hunter. I'll pick Haas, height, strength, and I would pick Will just because he would make all of us look better, and he'd kind of be the odd man.
Well, just like your Friars are superhero fans, I'm a fan of Padres sideline reporter Annie Halbrin. So let's head back to the comic gallery at Liberty Station and hear Annie's journey to the baseball sidelines. Well, Annie, it's been so much fun hanging out today because I think when we're together, we're always working.
You're so right. I mean, it's awesome that it's the All-Star break and we actually had an afternoon that we could hang out, right?
Yeah, and have some fun. And what I think most people don't realize is we actually met back in 2011. I was just out of college at the Union Tribune. So it's fun that our paths are now connecting once again and we're on the same team again.
Absolutely, and you've done such a great job just continuing to hustle in this industry. We both know how difficult that can be sometimes, and so it's so fun to be here working for Fox right now.
So you get to do sideline. How has that been? It looks like you're having so much fun.
It is a lot of fun. It's been a definite challenge, but it's been a great challenge. I've enjoyed it a lot, and I've been able to see a side of the game that I don't always get to see covering it from the press box because obviously you're down on the field. So it's been a lot of fun.
Is there any big moments so far that you've enjoyed?
I think just watching the everyday moments, just the everyday grind of these guys has been a lot of fun to see that from like eye level.
And what I think people don't realize is how much prep work for us that goes into it. So for you, I mean, how much research and prep do you do before you go and hit the sidelines at a game?
It's a full day. And I never knew this until I started doing the sidelines, but I mean, from about 8 a.m. and you're starting to research, and then 10 a.m. is a conference call, and then you're still researching, getting ready. You get to the field at 2, and then from that point on, you are reporting and researching until game time. So it is a constant grind on that day, but it's a lot of fun too.
And we always have like the cameras, but I know that it's important to get those one-on-one moments with the players. That's something you taught me a long time ago is, just go introduce yourself, cameras aside. How much has that helped you build those relationships with the Padres?
It's been huge. I always say for anyone coming up in this industry, you want to have these professional relationships. That's what it's all about, and they're so important. So I've really enjoyed seeing that aspect from both the Union Tribune and Fox doing both of these things, being able to continue to build those relationships.
Something you taught me when I first got into the UT. So I'm hosting a prep show. You and Kevin AC have the sports page weekly. But I think for me, I just learned that you guys made sure to tell me, always find the story, what's something interesting that people don't know. So I always appreciated that mentorship. Did you have someone teach you that, or was it just your passion for storytelling? You kind of got it right away?
I loved learning about people. I think curiosity is just natural for me. But to your point, great mentors along the way, from my beginnings at the Union Tribune, all the people that you just mentioned, and just everybody that I've come across in this industry has taught me more and more about storytelling. I've been very fortunate in that respect to have just wonderful, wonderful people that have encouraged me and brought me up, and also fostered that love of always being able to find a story, because you're so right, Lisa, there's a story in everything.
Well, we are so happy to have you on the Fox Sports team, and for me, it's been really fun to get to work with you again.
And I absolutely agree, ditto. I mean, I feel so happy to be here, and I just love watching you work, and I'm just so glad that we all get to share this together.
Thanks, Annie. Now we got to go take on Comic-Con together.
I love it. Comic-Con, let's do it.
It was so much fun hanging out with fellow Ninja Turtle lover and my friend Annie Halbrin. Well, this does it for a very special Comic-Con edition of Padres POV. We hope you tune in next week for our Trevor Hoffman Hall of Fame episode. From Comic-Con, I'm Lisa Lane. Cue that rollout. Heck yes, this is Padres POV right here.
Only at Comic-Con.
Woo! Deadpool! Point little pause. Baby hairs are good, John?
Padres POV.
Cowabunga POV. What?